The morning fog clung to the streets of Seattle like a soft blanket as Lena Hartwell unlocked the door to her tiny coffee shop, Brewed Awakening. The aroma of fresh ground beans and rising dough filled the air, a comforting ritual she'd cherished for the past 8 years. She flipped on the lights, revealing the cozy space with its mismatched wooden tables, chalkboard menu, and shelves lined with artisanal jams and teas. Lena loved these quiet moments before the rush, when she could dream big while kneading dough for her signature scones. Welcome to the Auntie May Voices. I share inspiring life stories here every day, and I'd truly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and gave this video a like. Now let's dive into my tale. I'm confident you'll be hooked if you stick around to the end. The bell above the door jingled earlier than usual that day, around 7:15 a.m. Lena wiped her flour-dusted hands on her apron and turned to see her real estate agent, Marcus Reed, beaming with a folder in hand. "Lena, good news travels fast," he said, his voice echoing in the empty shop. "The offer on that old bistro downtown? Accepted. Congratulations, you've just bought your dream restaurant." Lena's heart skipped a beat. The waterfront bistro had been her obsession for years. Perched on the edge of Puget Sound with its floor-to-ceiling windows offering views of ferries gliding across the water, it was a faded gem from the 1920s. The previous owners had let it fall into disrepair after a family tragedy, but Lena saw potential. A place for farm-to-table cuisine, live jazz nights, and her innovative twists on Pacific Northwest flavors. She'd saved every penny from Brewed Awakening, taken out a small business loan, and even sold her grandmother's antique jewelry to make the down payment. "Really? It's mine," Lena whispered, her hands trembling as she took the folder. Marcus nodded. "All yours. Closing in 2 weeks. You've got the vision to turn it into something special." As Marcus left, Lena sank into a chair, staring at the contract. This was it, the leap from a humble coffee shop owner to a full-fledged restaurateur. She couldn't wait to tell her husband, Ethan. They'd met 5 years ago at a food festival where Lena was showcasing her lavender-infused lattes. Ethan, a software engineer with a charming smile and a knack for fixing things, had been her rock through the lean times. Or so she thought. That evening, after closing the shop, Lena rushed home to their modest apartment in Capitol Hill. Ethan was already there, lounging on the couch with a beer, scrolling through his phone. His mother, Vivian Hartwell, was visiting, again. Vivian, a retired accountant with a sharp tongue and an even sharper sense of entitlement, lived just across town but seemed to drop by unannounced more often than not. "Guess what?" Lena burst in, waving the folder like a trophy. "I did it. I bought the waterfront bistro." Ethan's eyes widened, but Vivian set down her teacup with a clink that echoed too loudly. "You what?" she asked, her voice laced with disbelief. Lena explained the details, her excitement bubbling over. The location, the renovation plans, how she'd incorporate her coffee expertise into a brunch menu. Ethan listened, but his expression shifted from surprise to something unreadable. "Lena, that's huge," he said slowly. "But are you sure? I mean, we've talked about expanding, but this is a big risk." Vivian leaned forward, her perfectly manicured nails tapping the armrest. "Risk? It's reckless, dear. You've got a nice little coffee shop. Why overextend? Restaurants fail all the time." Lena felt a twinge of irritation but brushed it off. "I've crunched the numbers. With the loan and my savings, it's doable. This is my dream, Vivian." Ethan glanced at his mother before turning back to Lena. "Mom's got a point. She's always wanted to run a place like that. Remember how she managed that diner back in the 80s? She knows the ins and outs." Vivian nodded vigorously. "Exactly. I turned that greasy spoon into a local hotspot before your father got sick and we had to sell. I deserve a second chance at that life." Lena paused, the word deserve hanging in the air like a storm cloud. "What do you mean?" Ethan cleared his throat. "Well, since we're married, this is kind of our asset, right? Maybe Mom could help manage it. She has the experience you don't." The room spun for Lena. "Our asset? Ethan, I bought it with my money, from the shop, my inheritance from Grandma. You didn't contribute a dime." Vivian's eyes narrowed. "Marriage makes everything shared, honey. And frankly, I think I deserve it more. You've had your fun with the coffee thing. Let someone with real business acumen take the reins." That night, as Lena lay awake beside a snoring Ethan, doubt crept in. Was she in over her head? But no, this was her dream, earned through years of early mornings and late nights. She wouldn't let them take it. The next morning, Lena met with her lawyer Sarah Klein at a downtown cafe. Sarah reviewed the contract. It's in your name alone, Lena. Premarital assets from your business and inheritance aren't marital property in Washington state. Ethan can't touch it without your consent. Relieved, Lena headed to the bistro for her first walkthrough. The space was dusty with peeling wallpaper and outdated fixtures, but the view was breathtaking. Waves lapping against the pier, seagulls wheeling overhead. She envisioned string lights, fresh seafood platters, and her signature berry tarts. Back home, the tension escalated. Vivian had practically moved in, cooking elaborate dinners and dropping hints about family investments. Ethan pulled Lena aside after one such meal. Mom's serious about this. She says she'll invest her savings to help renovate. Think about it, she could make it thrive. Lena's patience snapped. No, Ethan. This is my restaurant. If she wants one, she can buy her own. Vivian overheard and stormed in. Ungrateful. After all I've done for this family. Didn't tell her I deserve this. You've said it yourself. Ethan shifted uncomfortably. Lena, come on. Mom's not getting any younger. This could be her legacy. The argument spiraled. Lena felt cornered, her dreams slipping away under the weight of family pressure. That night she packed a bag and stayed at a friend's place, needing space to think. Over the next week, as closing approached, Ethan bombarded her with texts. Please, then demands. Vivian even showed up at Brood Awakening, charming customers while subtly undermining Lena. Oh, she's got big plans, Vivian told a regular. But experience counts, you know. Lena hired a contractor, Jake, to start renovations. He was a burly guy with a kind heart and a portfolio of successful flips. This place has bones, he said, hammering a loose board. We'll make it shine. But trouble brewed. Ethan, using his tech skills, somehow accessed Lena's email and found the loan documents. He confronted her at the bistro. This loan is in both our names? No. Wait, you used our joint account for the application fee. Lena clarified, it was my money transferred in. It's still mine. Vivian arrived uninvited, blueprints in hand. I've drawn up plans. We'll call it Vivian's View. Classy, right? I deserve the naming rights. The audacity floored Lena. Get out. Both of you. They left, but not before Ethan whispered, this isn't over. Mom deserves better. That evening, Lena confided in her best friend Mia over wine. How did my marriage turn into this? Mia hugged her. You've built everything yourself. Don't let them steal your joy. Inspired, Lena threw herself into the renovations. She sourced local ingredients, designed a menu blending her coffee expertise with fresh seafood, crab benedicts with espresso hollandaise, salmon tartines. But Vivian wasn't done. She started a whisper campaign among mutual friends, painting Lena as selfish. Ethan filed for separation, claiming the restaurant as marital property in the papers. Sarah laughed it off. He has no case. But it could drag on. The stress mounted. Lena's sleep suffered, but the bistro progressed. New paint, gleaming counters, a mural of the sound on one wall. Opening day loomed in a month. Then the sabotage began. Suppliers called, canceling orders. Vivian had posed as Lena, claiming financial issues. Jake found tampered wiring, delaying electrical work. Lena confronted Ethan at their apartment. This has to stop. He looked guilty. Mom's idea. She says she deserves compensation for all she's given us. Lena filed a restraining order against Vivian. It was a low blow but necessary. Ethan begged for reconciliation. Let's share it. Mom can consult. No, Lena said firmly. This is mine. As the legal battle heated up, Lena discovered Vivian's past. The diner she'd managed had failed due to her mismanagement, buried in old records Sarah dug up. Armed with this, Lena offered a truce. Vivian could open her own spot elsewhere, but the bistro was off limits. Vivian refused, escalating. She rallied family, turning holidays toxic. Ethan wavered, caught between. Opening night arrived. The waterfront bistro glowed, packed with locals, foodies, and critics. Lena's menu wowed. Dungeness crab cakes with foraged mushrooms, paired with her house blend coffee cocktails. Reviews raved. Ethan showed up alone. I'm sorry. Mom was wrong. You deserve this. Vivian, humiliated by the success, backed off. She opened a small cafe uptown, learning humility. Lena and Ethan divorced amicably, but she thrived, her dream realized. Months later, the bistro won awards and Lena found love with Jake, the contractor. Her story. Proof that dreams are worth fighting for. I'm really glad you're here and that I could share my story with you. If you liked it, show me by liking the video and subscribing to my channel. Let's see how many of us there are. Write in the comments which city you're watching from and what time it is. I'm so curious to know where all you wonderful people are tuning in from. If you want to support me a little extra, you can also send a small donation. I share new life stories for you every single day. And now 2 of my most popular stories will pop up on the screen so you can choose what to watch next. All for you.